Hey, welcome. It's Domain Dave, cheapwinefinder.com. Another wine review today for a wine we wrote up on the cheapwinefinder.com website, like we always do. And this one is a $14.99 Trader Joe's Platinum Reserve wine that needs a little bit of explanation, because it's not like their typical Platinum Reserve or Gold Reserve or Reserve. You never know a damn thing. Oops, I swore. You never know anything about their wines. It's always hush-hush. Sometimes you can kind of figure out who made it, maybe not. This one is from the Piedmont in Italy. It is from Bersano Estate, a 123-year-old family-owned winery. It's changed hands a few times, but it's still privately owned. It's from the Nizza, Nizza DOCG. DOC is the governing body for Italian wine. G is guaranteed. They guarantee the quality. They're not going to guarantee you like it. And this is a Barbera. Nizza was part of Barbera Estate, which is part of the region. And in 2014, it broke off into its own kind of top-notch area. There's like 160 different villages for the Barbera Estate. There's only 18 villages for the Nizza. So, and there's more stringent requirements. How many, what the yield can be. Nizza has to be 100% Barbera. The rest only has 90. They can blend. And aging, it has to be at least 30 months aging with at least 12 months in barrel. And what do we else we got here? So we know who made it. We know where it was made. We know there's a town nearby. It's the Generalosa, but one of those names. I don't have it. I can look at it up here. What do we got here? Generala. That's their vineyards. You know which vineyard it came from. And this is a Bersano's elite vineyard in Nizza. It's an old vineyard. It's where the Barbera comes from. So Barbera, what's up with Barbera? Because you don't really see a lot of it in value price wine. In Piedmont, Nebbiolo is the leading grape there, and Nebbiolo makes Barolo, and Barolo is the wine of Italy. It is the equivalent of a Bordeaux red blend, a Napa Cabernet Sauvignon. It's the top notch of the wine. And Barbera is seen as something a little bit lesser, more like a value price wine, which is right up our alley, except this is the Barbera from this region that's got all the bells and whistles. It's got, you know what the vineyard is, you know what town it's near, you know who made it, like a long time used to be a OG wine estate. So this is the top, and plus it's a 2019. This is 2025. It's been aged for a while, which might have been one of the reasons that Trader Joe's has it. Because I went online and I found Bersano's own wine, and that one sells for $35 under their own label. But this is the same thing, same vineyard. I mean, there's the same type of thing, how they make the wine. They use, like 80% of it is aged in these big old barrels, 20% of them newer modern barrels. That's how they make their other wine. This is basically Bersano's Nizza Barbera Reserva, just with Trader Joe's label on it. And Trader Joe's selling for $15. They've selling theirs for $35. This is $20 off. Now, they said that wine was aged for a minimum of 12 months in barrel and 12 months afterwards. So there's a few months there missing. So I think it's probably about 18 months in barrel. And where has it been for the last couple of years? Because that was should have been ready a couple of years ago, which might be it. Barbera in the United States, people don't know what it is. And one of the reasons is back in the 1980s, some unscrupulous wine dealers had a Barbera that wasn't right. Didn't have enough sweetness, and they cut it with glycerin. I think that's the story I've heard, which is what the ingredient is of antifreeze. And you put too much in, that ain't good, and it killed about 8 people. So for a long time, Barbera, no one would drink it because it killed people. I mean, it's one of those things. The grape itself had nothing to do with it. It was these nitwits who put poison in the wine. But it kind of stunted. This was 1984, 1985, and Barbera still hasn't kicked in. Now, in Italy, it is a cheap wine finder wine. If you want a $10, $12 wine, Barbera is right where you want it to be. I'm going to take a sip. But this is, like I said, this is aged, and they went all out in making the wine. This is a little bit more dark and brooding. It's got good red fruit. It's very balanced. It's not bright and juicy like a California drink it now wine would be. This has got, like I said, it's got more age to it. So if you're interested in like an aged Italian wine, this might be just the wine you're looking for. I mean, it's just at $20 off for a top notch. If you're looking for Italian Piedmont Barbera from Nizza, you're starting at the top with this one. How Trader Joe's got it, I don't know. It could have been sitting around. They need to get rid of it, and they got a deal. Because, the wine's been off like 10%. Italian, European wine's off even more. Just the wine industry hasn't been having a lot of luck lately. And I think, with tariffs and everything else, it might get even worse. So there's going to be some fun wines coming up. We're taking advantage of other people's misfortune. But when you can drink their misfortune, that's a little better than just, gloating. So there you go. This was the Trader Joe's Platinum Reserve Bersano Nizza Barbera Reserva 2019. It is a top-notch Barbera. This is as good as it gets in that region, and it tastes pretty good. It's more dark and brooding than bright and bubbly, but it's a good tasting wine. It sips well. I would probably choose it to have a meal with. It's getting warmer out there. You can throw a couple of steaks in the grill. You've got a roast. You get barbecue. The stuff would work really well with that. Just because it's got a little more depth to it, I think that's where it goes. So adios, keep it cheap. I'll be talking to you in a couple more days. So stay safe, stay cooler, warm, whatever's out there. It's kind of crazy, but I'll be talking to you. Bye-bye.